Good, happy Tuesday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, New Hampshire firefighters, EMTs honored for service. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Jessica Moran.
Attention to detail. That's what sets Kubota construction equipment apart. It's how we maximize performance, increase strength, and give you the dependability you demand. We engineer our equipment precisely at every level. It's what makes us a leader. Now get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 48 months. See your local Kubota construction equipment dealer today. Where best needs second to none.
It really is amazing here. You get firefighters from, as far up north as Pittsburgh and Salem and all over the state.
9 Manchester firefighters receiving the Class 3 Medal of Valor for their bravery in the Wilson Street fire in 2016 that killed 4 people, including 2 children.
That was one of the most tragic things I've ever seen, but on the other hand, one of the most heroic acts I've seen in my 33 years here.
Also honored, 3 members of the Nashua Fire Department receiving the Class 2 Medal of Valor for pulling a man out of an apartment fire back in March.
They entered that third-floor apartment with no protection of a hose line or a backup crew. They went in there, they encountered some pretty heavy conditions, and they found the occupant. They were able to bring him out.
Captain David Hall of the Tilton Northfield Fire and EMS was also given the Class 3 Medal of Valor for his part in saving a kayaker stranded in rough waters in the Winnipesaukee River. While the first responders were the ones honored, they were humbled by the incredible turnout.
The turnout is fantastic. I was here last year. It wasn't near the same turnout, and this is really amazing.
This is an awesome night. And as Commissioner Botham has said in his remarks, this is all of New Hampshire, from Pittsburgh all the way down to Nashua, from the west coast to the east coast of the state. It's really great.
This evening's ceremony was attended by over 700 people, the largest attendance they've ever had. In Concord, Jessica Moran, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Looks like a good event. Massachusetts officials to kneeling patriots dance monkey dance. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB Boston.
From new contraceptive methods to innovative ways to treat intimate health conditions, women's health care is always changing. I'm Mina Murti, a nurse practitioner and OBGYN at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Learn about all this and more at wcvb.com/health.
At flag football practice, assistant coach Kareem walks wearing a Colin Kaepernick jersey.
I've never heard that used in a way that wasn't meant to be racially insensitive.
Reacting to this Facebook post by a Brockton Parks commissioner, Stephen Pina telling Patriots who took a knee on Sunday, "Turds, your dumbass isn't paid to think about politics. Dance, monkey, dance."
Troubled, offended, shocked, just a horrible comment, and something that's something that we can't tolerate.
The mayor firing off a letter asking for Pina's resignation. At home when we stopped by, Pina wouldn't come to the door, but earlier telling our partners at the Brockton Enterprise his words were not intended to be racist. Yes, watching their young boys playing football, these mothers needed no translation.
Is racist, and that you're talking about the black community.
We cannot tolerate that.
The local NAACP chapter reacting strongly tonight.
When a black person see the word monkey in that sentence, it's racial.
Pina is quoted saying he is a combat veteran and deeply respects the American flag. Kareem Walks calls that a hijacked narrative.
None of our kids out here have been shot at. Thank goodness. None of our kids have had bad interactions with police. Thank goodness.
But if we're talking about where this started, it had nothing to do with disrespecting the flag. It has to do with respecting everyone.
Mr. Pina is reportedly drafting an apology and will post it online. Also, a youth football coach for the Brockton Junior Boxers, the board for the Boxers there, tonight is also asking for his resignation. Live in Brockton, Jorge Quiroga, WCVB to Center Fox.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Collins comes out against latest GOP healthcare bill. Let's take a listen to this video from WMTW News 8 in Maine.
Want to save up to 30 cents per gallon at Irving Oil gas stations? Now you can with Irving Rewards. With 4 ways to save, it adds up to big savings. Swipe at the pump. Swipe in the store. Pay with your Irving Rewards card. And purchase your home heating fuel from Irving Energy. Now that adds up to big savings with Irving Rewards. Pick up your Irving Rewards card at your nearest Irving Oil gas station and start saving up to 30 cents per gallon.
Steve, rallies were taking place all across the state today, some in Portland, some in Brunswick. Groups of people trying to influence her vote. They're happy with her call, but tonight there is mixed reaction about why she waited. Signs pleading with Senator Collins to come out against the Graham Cassidy bill. Monday night, she did.
We made, not we, the Democratic Party made a huge mistake in pushing through the Affordable Care Act without a single Republican vote. And that's one reason the law has been both flawed and controversial for so many years. It is a mistake for my party to repeat that error.
It's a call she was leaning toward, and the waiting is a move that voters say they've seen before.
I think she has a history of doing that and waiting for one more thing.
Waiting for more research, waiting for the next step. To some, it's agonizing.
It's a bit of a waste of time, I think.
To others, her move keeps the process in check and balanced.
Maybe waiting for the CBO score is kind of making them go through the procedure of doing it, because I think they were tempted to skip that. So I was pleased with that she was sort of making them do that piece before bringing it to a vote.
While these demonstrators are happy tonight, hoping this call helps doom the proposal.
So?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some wish the news had come a bit sooner.
I think she should have done it yesterday. It would have ended this whole fiasco, really.
Meantime, there were more rallies planned throughout the night, one right outside of Portland City Hall. Those were all called off when Senator Collins announced her opposition to the bill. In the studio, Kathleen Jordan, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Trump staff used personal devices and private emails for official White House work. At least 6 close advisors to President Donald Trump occasionally used private email addresses for White House business, the New York Times reported, citing current and former officials. White House aides regularly use personal devices for official business, while at least 6 close advisors to President to President Donald Trump occasionally use private email addresses, both political and the New York Times reported on Monday, citing sources. as health care bill tethers Medicaid recipients watch nervously. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
We're going to move on now to the Republicans' last-ditch effort to save the Graham Cassidy health care bill. It's an attempt to repeal Obamacare. The deadline, September 30th. Our chief congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce, tracking on Capitol Hill. And Mary, the bill really did appear to lose support over the weekend after the dramatic statement from John McCain on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, George, this bill is still alive this morning, but barely. It is teetering on the edge of collapse. Republicans can only afford to lose no more votes here. They can't lose a single more vote, which means all eyes are now on Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. And this morning, there's a new version of the bill aimed to sweeten the deal for them, giving more funding to their states. But it's not clear if that's enough to get them on board. And hanging in the balance here, millions of Americans who are worried about the future of their health care. Now, experts caution this bill could raise premiums for many and leave vulnerable people with pre-existing conditions. But the bill's supporters say it gives states the flexibility they need to provide affordable care. Now, Republicans are still hopeful that they can get the votes, but it's hard to see how they're going to pull this one off. George?
Well, it sure is, Rain. You've got the entire healthcare industry and doctors, nurses, providers all coming out against it.
Here's to the...
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday and see you back here later on today. Goodbye, everyone.